welcome. You're watching The Clique with me, Chaiti Narula. Today we're here with a man who's got a Midas touch. He has brought about a fashion revolution for India, has taken Indian fashion international, and words do not really do justice to what he has done in the fashion fraternity. Mr. Sethi, it is such an honor and pleasure to be sitting with you and talking to you today. So Mr. Sethi, let's first start off with your fashion journey. I know that you were a businessman par excellence. You were always into, taking Indian brands abroad. You were into the export business. There were $26 billion companies that have invested into your IP. Finally, you wound up Alliance to take on the mantle of the Fashion Design Council of India. And just look at the revolution you've brought about. How did that journey pan out?
What's surprising is that I never had to work this hard in my earlier career. We had lots of dreams when I took over as the president of the Fashion Design Council of India. 3 or 4 questions I was always asked. First, fashion is only for the elite. So why should we support? That controversy is over, fashion is everywhere. The second thing was, why isn't the government helping you? And fortunately for us, right from the Minister of Textile to the Secretary to the Additional Secretary, Joint Secretaries, we get a lot of help from the ministry. The third one was, all over the world, there's an industry that helps you. Why aren't people helping you here? Because we were all about business of fashion. We still are.
Yeah.
And we were not getting help from the industry. Look at the change that's happened now. And fourth thing was, are we ever going to go international? I mean, that question, Paris Fashion Week, Paris Haute Couture Week.
Yeah.
You talk about Milan Fashion Week. There is so much Indian representation now. Everything I started to do is almost over. So Chaiti, before you ask me now that it's over, are you still going to be with FDCI? The answer is FDCI is a baby we've nurtured along with my board of governors, along with my 400 designers, along with such talented designers, you see. And it's their strength which has taken this to this level.
Absolutely.
So I'm not going anywhere, but there are different roles. If you're not the captain of the team, like the Indian cricket team which just won the T20.
And what a win.
And look how the captain played an important role.
Yeah.
But if it's not the captain, look at the coach.
Yeah.
We had a Rahul Dravid. So, for me, there are many roles available in FDCI, even if I'm not leading from the front as the captain. Manifest is a lot about luxury and with weddings. So, we are so proud that we have a partner now. So the FDCI Manifest Wedding Weekend, we are not just welcoming the bride and the bridegroom. We want the entourage to be there.
Yes, the Bharati.
Family members, because it's one Bharat which...
You know how I put it? Brides, boys and Bharatis.
There's something there for someone.
One stop. Shop till you drop. If you're getting married, you'll need clothes from the best of the best of the best couturiers. The lineup is fantastic thanks to the FDCI. Let's show you what the lineup is. If you want to know how to plan your wedding, you want to know which cake to order, what's the kind of nutrition or the diet that I need to follow, how do I prep my skin, what do I do with my hair, or what do I do with my wedding photography, how do I even start planning? So many questions on every bride and groom's mind. Masterclasses are there to serve that purpose.
Chaiti, you put it so well.
Click on this ID, www.manifestmagazine. It will take you to a registration site. It will even take you to the FDCI site where you can register. And you can very much be a part of one of the biggest collaborations of the year, which is the FDCI Manifest Wedding Weekend on 3rd and 4th of August at the Taj Palace in New Delhi. Be in the confines of a beautiful Taj diplomatic enclave, sip a glass of champagne, relax and have fun shopping. I know how this entire FDCI Manifest collaboration really came about, but for the benefit of our viewers, and if you're left wondering how did this collaboration come about, let's hear it from the chairman of the FDCI.
Well, a lot of collaborations, a lot of partnerships, a lot of deals together, it comes from having a confidence in each other. I've met Mr. Sanjeev Goenka many times. And so there is a lot of confidence in the RPSG group for one. That's a good starting point. But it's also important to note that a lot of people who joined the team were people who I was familiar with. So I was very confident with the first lot of management, upper management people, whether they were looking after editorial or whether they were looking after generally bringing in new brands. So there was a confidence in the Manifest team.
I have one very interesting thing to show to the audience right now. Mr. Sethi, can we see your phone? No, the smaller one, the smaller one, the smaller one. No, I'm not laughing because I'm proving a point. I'm proving a point. A man who still uses this phone, which is very cute, has managed to really put this behemoth of the fashion industry and hold its flag really high with this one. How does...
But
how do you function? No, it's not about embarrassment.
I'm not embarrassed
No.
I'll tell you what.
I'm not saying...
I have been to two MIT.
I am amazed how you manage to conduct operations with this phone and not a smartphone.
I've been to two MIT, both in America as well as in Hong Kong. The truth is, I have a fantastic team. So if I'm technologically challenged, it doesn't matter because the team is right up there.
But I feel paralyzed if I don't have this phone even for like 2 hours.
I'll tell you a secret. You just can't operate with this. I carry it in my back pocket. You can't work without WhatsApp and emails these days. So for me, that also happens. But this phone has been with me for about 17, 18 years now. And not only that, I don't have one of these. I have 7 or 8 of these. Because each time the battery works, so I'm able to replace them and replace parts very easily and come up with a new one.
Yes.
We see so many of these chats happening.
Yes.
And today that we are having tea, or chai, is this going to be called chai with Chaiti?
I don't drink tea.
And hence, you can't say coffee with Chaiti.
Because that sounds like coffee with Karan, and I'm not even 0.01% of what Karan Johar is in terms of popularity. So I always wanted to call it coffee with Chaiti, but because I only drink coffee, now I can't sadly call it. I'd be lying to the world if I call it chai with Chaiti. So that's why we called it the Clique. Handlooms, which is the pride of the country, which you are working extremely closely with the ministry with, and it deserves a place on the international stage, not just in India now.
You need to know that with Mrs. Smriti Irani, we did a wonderful show at the Red Fort here. We now work with Mr. Piyush Goyal.
Yes.
We were so lucky to be part of not only Bharat X, but with B20.
Yes, that's big.
With Mr. Amitabh Kant, we did shows for Make in India in Mumbai. FDCI is recently where I personally have curated with Dr. Jain. We've curated a textile museum. At the Craft Museum, we're going to launch it and inaugurate it in the next 10-15 days. I've been part of the KVIC.
Yeah.
As an advisor to KVIC, Khadi is also handled. We've even taken Khadi to Bhutan. The additional secretary, Ministry of Textile, is already working with us to see if we can do 1 or 2 shows how to take the Indian textile and how to take handloom out of the country, maybe to Paris, maybe to Dubai, maybe somewhere in Australia. We are genuinely looking forward to that.
Where it all began, whether it is Rahul Mishra or Gaurav Gupta, their first innings were always with you.
Yes, that's true.
It's that opens up the entire universe, and then the world's your oyster.
We did start the India Couture Week in 2008. We did start the Men's Fashion Week in 2008.
Yes.
What is now the Hyundai India Couture Week with Reliance Brands, what is now the Lakme Fashion Week into FDCI, these are no fly-by-night operators.
Yes.
We have been in operation for 25 years for one show and 16 to 17 years for the other.
One last thing we haven't spoken about is the Men's Fashion Weekend. Today, we see men's fashion has evolved so much. It's actually fun shopping. It's actually fun wearing. A large part of that is your contribution.
Is my contribution because I like to go out shopping with the Indian fashion design.
Right.
I'm very proud to wear.
Right.
Even in this interview.
Yes.
Whether it's my jeans or my shirt or my jacket, 3 Indian designers have been part of
this.
Every women's wear designer most of them are into menswear now. Retail in menswear is far more organized. That's why it is important. We started with a men's weekend and it's going to be a full-fledged fashion week now.
Congratulations for that, and all the best with all you do in your life. Because truly, he's the man with the Midas touch. Anything he touches turns into gold. So thank you.